Welcome to another episode of BattleBots at Home. Last week we went through one half of the round of 32, and today we'll be going through the other half, as the remaining bots fight to claim one of the last 8 spots in the round of 16. We'll be kicking things off with a bang. It's the number 1 seed, Hydration, who has been looking unbeatable and has just been tossing bots into the stratosphere all season. Their opponent earned the 32nd seed by winning the Desperado tournament. It's Speedrun, the fastest bot in the competition. Will Speedrun be able to pull off the ultimate upset? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Massive collision from the Speedrun, flips over Hydration, good attack there. Speedrun using its speed to its advantage, wants to avoid the flipper, go to the sides. And is already doing a good job. Oh, there goes the wedge. That wedge keeps coming off. It's held on with glue or something. And Hydration gets a massive toss in, but Speedrun is unfazed. Speedrun nearly tossed out of the arena there. Toss across the box again. Speedrun lucky to survive these hits, and another hit. Speedrun is still in the arena. I'm amazed at how that can happen. Oh, and it seems that Hydration's taking some damage. They've lost their wedge as well, but they can still flip with the leading edge of their arm. And Speedrun getting thrown across the box, and Speedrun still as fast as ever. Gonna keep slamming into Hydration as much as they need to KO them or break something else. Speedrun not gonna give up. They've been tossed around before, they've taken hits before, but they always get back up. This fast-paced spot really wants to show what it can do. They won Desperado tournament to get here, and they're showing exactly why. But Hydration, they are a number 1 seed, and they're showing why as they keep getting some nice flips on Speedrun. A piece comes off of Speedrun, and Speedrun is out of here. And unfortunately, Speedrun's tournament run has come to an end, courtesy of the baddest flipper around, Hydration. I gotta say, Speedrun probably did the best out of any of Hydration's opponents. They put up a good fight, had Hydration on the ropes, but Hydration just too much. The wedge broke off immediately on Speedrun. They got tossed into the air several times, but they survived pretty well to begin with. They actually did some damage to Hydration, believe it or not. The most damage we've seen for this season. Speedrun using their speed to be as destructive as possible, as dangerous as possible, but they weren't more dangerous than that flipper, and that's what happened. It was only a matter of time before Hydration got their prey out of the arena, and that's what happened. Speedrun hung in there as much as they could, but in the end, it only took one good flip to get them out, and it was over. This next fight is going to be especially explosive. It's our closest matchup in terms of seeding, as the 16 seed Cobalt goes up against the 17 seed Mr. Slice. Only one of these destructive bots can survive. Who will it be? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Cobalt and Mr. Slice. Oh, Mr. Slice goes flying over Cobalt with a massive uppercut from that vertical spinning blade. It would seem at the bottom, the main part that moves of Mr. Slice has been broken. They're flipped over, and they have no way of fighting back, and they're out of the arena. And in one fell swoop, Cobalt has earned its spot in the top 16. Mr. Slice will be going home. Yeah, this fight is pretty much over on the first hit. Right here, the two bots collide, and Mr. Slice does some leapfrog, but they break some important bits when they land. Some important parts broken, and from there on then, Cobalt could just do whatever they want. Flipped them over, got them out of the arena. Cobalt, a cold-hearted predator, just showing why they are a threat for the giant disc. Up next, the overhead bar spinner of Wave will take on the dual disc spinners of Rotator in what is sure to be an insane 8 versus 25 matchup. It's time to see who has what it takes to advance to the next round. Let's see this fight right now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Wave has been consistently good both this season and last season. Rotator, they didn't do well last season, but this time around they really gained their footing and have shown the potential of those dual discs, especially now as they get right up in Wave's face. Wave with that massive bar spinner. just trying to see what kind of damage they can do. May aim for the exposed wheels. The two bots go head-to-head, face-to-face. Well, I don't even know what face Rotator has. They're a palindrome. They're the same either way, upside down, backwards, or forwards. But there goes a piece of their face. Wave really showing they are not to be messed with. But Rotator just pushing them into the sidewall near the polarizer, getting some good control points. That's good to know. Wave has the bigger spinner, but I only have one of those. Rotator has two spinners. Let's see which is better, one large spinner or two small spinners. Rotator using that higher up spinner to go right at the neck of Wave, maybe trying to break that large piece. Oh, a piece of stone comes off. I think that was the top panel of Rotator, so there's some damage. I would say Wave is head-on damage. Wave is very durable. They almost never take damage of any kind. They're so powerful. They're built like a brick. Very durable. Rotator's going to have a tough time KOing them, but they are doing a good job of controlling them so far, even though they can't do significant damage. Wave just trying to do their best here, getting a good lift. They're good at wedging opponents as well, right into the pulverizer. We're about halfway through this fight, and both these bots doing everything they can to just take each other down. Right now, Wave just pushing underneath Rotator, and despite the spinners in this fight seems to be more about control rather than pure damage, it would seem. Wave on their side, they can self-right from that position, but it still looks bad in the eyes of the judges in the event that this goes there. Rotator just trying their best to really keep up good face. Ooh, slams Wave across the box. Wave tries to fight back, but they're stuck in that corner again. Wave getting hit by the pulverizer, it would seem. This fight may not be the most explosive, but it's very tactical. One wrong move could end it for either of these bots. Rotator getting underneath Wave trying to spin up as fast as they can, trying to get some nice hits in. They did a little bit of damage. They're getting underneath Rotator. And it's all about control, it would seem. Rotator pushed around, but they are not going to give up anytime soon, as both these bots, both very good at what they do, but only one can survive. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. And these bots really have a lot of potential. But Wave, they've been in that corner a bunch. And actually, I think a piece of the blade of Wave is a little bit broken. They can still spin it, but not very well. And Rotator just really bouncing back here. Ooh, massive hit, a brutal attack by Rotator. Another piece just flying right there. Or maybe not, I think I was seeing things. But we only got a few seconds left before this fight is over. And that's it. We're going to the judges. Now that was a good fight. I gotta say, a lot of back and forth here. Despite the spinners in this fight, there's only a tiny bit of damage. The damage was very minimal to both bots. And it was more about who could be more controlled and aggressive. And that's what it's going to come down to. Both bots able to wedge each other every now and then. Both bots able to, take advantage of each other. But, it all comes down to just who the judges thought was more aggressive, more controlled. That's what it's going to be all about, to decide who wins. And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Rotator. In our next fight, we have the 9th seed, Whiplash, our reigning champion. Hydration may have handed them their first ever career loss earlier in the season, but this is still one bot you don't want to mess with. Their opponent at number 24 is FBF, the powerful full-body flipper. Let's see if Whiplash can redeem itself, or if FBF can get the ultimate upset and take out the champion once and for all. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. FBF has a tough task going up against our reigning champion, Whiplash, trying to whip some bot. But FBF has a powerful flipper. They gotta be careful of that. Whiplash showing no mercy as they get underneath FBF and tears off their wheels in front of him out of the arena. Just like that, in less than 20 seconds, Whiplash has won this fight and reminded everyone why they are the champion. Look at this replay. Very short replay, I'll tell you that. Whiplash just gets underneath them immediately. FBF just couldn't get a single flip in. And Whiplash with that spinner and lifter just showed why they are so dangerous, why they won it all last season, and why they could win it again. Whiplash just gets underneath FBF, brings down the pain, gets him out of the arena, does some damage, and it's over just like that. Now it's time for our next fight, which features the 4th seed Alien, who's been doing excellent this season. Their opponent is the pink hammer bot known as Heartbreak. Let's see that fight right now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Alien versus Heartbreak. Heartbreak thrown across the box immediately. Alien gets another massive flip. Heartbreak trying to regain his composure, but they're thrown out of the arena, and the fight is over. Alien, a real monster, just showing Heartbreak why they are so feared, just throwing him across the box instantly. Heartbreak never got a chance to fight back. They tried their best, but their best wasn't good enough against a massive, dominating flipper of Alien. Alien just gets underneath them. And from there on, then it's over. Just throws them right out of the box. They move on to the round of 16 in brutal, amazing fashion. Our next fight features a rematch between the Season 1 champion, BattleBots, and the always interesting, Very Violent. These two fought last year in the quarterfinals, and BattleBots ended up winning by a close split decision. Will Very Violent be able to get his revenge? Let's find out now. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. These two bots have faced before, but who will come out on top this time? Very Violent getting right in the face of BattleBots. BattleBots takes off the grabbing arm, but Very Violent's main weapon are those arms. As they show that, as they get right underneath, BattleBots pushing them up against the wall. There goes the top panel of BattleBots, but BattleBots isn't afraid. They've won it all before, and they want to win it again, but Very Violent is not going to make that easy. BattleBots turns around facing the gymnastic style of Very Violent, very unique, moves in ways other bots simply can't. BattleBots all pushed into the screws, that was scary. There goes one of the arms of Very Violent. Two bots go head to head. Very Violent gets underneath BattleBots and flips him over, and it seems that BattleBots is stuck in the screws, and I don't think they're going to be getting free anytime soon. Very Violent lost their lifting arms, but it doesn't matter. BattleBots is down for the count. History will not repeat itself. Very Violent has gotten its revenge for that quarterfinal loss. And just like that, the Season 1 champion goes out in the round of 32. What an amazing upset. Good job, Very Violent. I gotta say, BattleBots may have won last time, but Very Violent showed that they are the better bot, at least now. BattleBots just couldn't contend with the amazing movement of Very Violent, those lifting arms, doing things we've never seen before from other bots. BattleBots just wasn't prepared this time. Very Violent wanted their revenge, and they got it. They were able to just control BattleBots in the position they wanted, and eventually, for the kill shot, they got underneath BattleBots, flipped them over, got him stuck in the screws, and BattleBots was down for the count. It's time to meet our number 5th seed. It's Blacksmith, who is easily one of the best hammer bots we've ever seen. They'll be fighting Fall Damage, a decent flip who's found success in the past. Let's see who will win this incredibly interesting matchup. Three, 2, 1. Let the bot battle begin. Flipper versus Hammer. Who will win? Ooh, Fall Damage gets underneath Blacksmith. Massive flip there, and another Blacksmith with a lot of trouble. Ooh, Blacksmith nearly thrown out of the arena there. That was very scary. Fall Damage almost ended the fight then and there. Fall Damage has potential to go far with flips like that. Oh, I spoke too soon. The flipper of Fall Damage is broken. Now what are they going to do? Fall Damage in a lot of trouble, defenseless against the hammer of Blacksmith. Blacksmith bringing them to Pound Town. Oh, and hits them. They flip them over, and just like that, Fall Damage without their weapon cannot self-right. And now Blacksmith just has target practice, showing absolutely no mercy. The fight's pretty much already over. Blacksmith very mad about those flips beginning, really punishing Fall Damage right now. And Fall Damage is taking a lot of damage in this fight. And unfortunately, despite his best efforts, despite a great start, Fall Damage will be falling in the round of 32, and Blacksmith will go to the round of 16 and show why they are just so dangerous. Fall Damage got some amazing flips to begin with, like absolute perfect flips. Very dangerous for Blacksmith, just a few centimeters closer, and they could have got them out of the arena, but it wasn't meant to be. And Blacksmith decided to just beat up Fall Damage as much as possible. Once that flipper broke, there was nothing more they could do. Blacksmith showing no mercy. They move on, and they are a dangerous Hammerbot. Now it's time for our last fight of the episode and final fight of the round of 32. It's the always dangerous, fast-paced vertical spin of Hypershock going up against the durable, deadly flipper of Bronco. Both of these bots are at the top of their game, at the top of the food chain, but only one can advance to get the final spot in the top 16. Who will get it? Let's find out now. Three, two, one. Let the bot battle begin. Box Rush by Hypershock takes off a piece of Bronco immediately. Bronco, very unsure what to do here. Hypershock very fast, and he gets to the side of Bronco just like that. Bronco, they're very long. It takes them a while to turn. Hypershock can take advantage of that, but Bronco gets to the side of Hypershock, flips him over, and now they have the advantage as Hypershock's upside down. They can drive all upside down, but not very well. And already Bronco has a huge advantage over Hypershock in this fight. Hypershock needs to get righted quickly. The longer they're upside down, the harder it's going to be for him to win this fight. Bronco can be more controlled and get another good flip. Pushes Hypershock against the wall and another good flip there. Bronco really showing why they are a dominant flipper. They're very powerful, very dangerous, very deadly. They've won many, many fights in the past, and they could win this one. Hypershock kind of just running around. Their controls are inverted. They're inverted. They're upside down, in a lot of trouble, a lot of pain. But Bronco self-rights them onto the screws. Will Bronco regret that decision? We'll find out. They get another good lift here. Hypershock just trying to gain its bearings. They've taken some damage to the top of the robot. Bronco really showing what they can do, but Hypershock comes behind them. Hypershock is the faster robot, but Bronco may be more controlled. It is a good back and forth fight. Remember, this is for the final spot in the round of 16. Both bots really want it at all costs, but only one can claim it. Hypershock, there goes the wedge of Hypershock, and Bronco doing massive damage. The Hypershock can't win the ground game anymore, which is bad since Bronco with their flipper can easily get underneath Hypershock. But Hypershock pushes them against the wall with their great drive power. Bronco gets another good flip there. Bronco, wait a second. Bronco is not moving. Bronco's stuck with that flipper wide open. Their drive isn't working either. They're not moving. Hypershock bashing right into them. And Bronco seems to be done. They seem to conk out. I don't know what happened, but I think Bronco is done. And just like that, the powerful flipper of Bronco will be going home early as Hypershock gets an amazing win. Hypershock draw first blood as they ripped off a piece of Bronco immediately. Bronco retaliated though. They got a good flip. Flipped Hypershock over very soon into the fight. Hypershock was not well when they're upside down. Bronco getting some vicious attacks in, but then they flipped over Hypershock, and it might have been their biggest mistake. They should have left them upside down. Hypershock was able to retaliate. They did still take some damage. They lost their front wedge, which was bad. But in the end, Bronco lost everything. Hypershock gets a massive push here. I don't know if that did the damage, but eventually Bronco was just dead in the water after this flip. They couldn't move. The power was dead. Bronco was dead, and they're out of here. And with that, the round of 32 has come to an end. Just to recap, Hydration tossed Speedrun out of the competition. Mr. Slice got sliced apart by Cobalt. Rotator ended Wave's tournament run. Whiplash took out FBF. Alien sent Heartbreak to the moon. Very Violent got his revenge against Bite Force. Fall Damage fell to Blacksmith. And in our last match, Hypershock shocked the world by taking down Bronco. And with that, only 16 bots and 2 episodes left. Next week we'll show the round of 16 in full. Join us next week to see which 8 bots will make it to the grand final. Goodbye.